There comes a time in life when we wake up not as energized as before, when simple tasks feel heavier, and even joyful activities leave us feeling drained, and we wonder, why does this happen as we get older? At first glance, we might think it's just the body, the weakening muscles, the slower metabolism, the reduced stamina. But if we pause and look deeper, we'll find that fatigue in later years is not merely physical. It is layered. It's emotional, psychological, even spiritual. A younger body may carry more weight, but the older heart often carries more stories, and some of those stories we have never told. As we age, we accumulate not only years, but burdens, regrets not yet forgiven, words we wished we had said, losses we never truly mourned. These don't show up on medical scans, but they appear in our sighs, our silence, our sudden tears that come without clear reason. Many elders say they feel tired, not because they worked too hard yesterday, but because they've carried the same unspoken pain for decades. So yes, age brings physical limitations, but often it's the weight of what remains unhealed that drains us the most. There's also a shift in rhythm. The world moves faster while we move slower, and that dissonance creates invisible stress. We try to catch up, but it exhausts us. We want to contribute but feel replaced. And in that gap between what we used to do and what we can do now, fatigue settles in. And then there's loneliness. Many elders live in silence, even when surrounded by people. The kind of loneliness that comes not from being alone, but from feeling unseen. We miss the small moments, the greetings, the laughter, the touch. And the heart, deprived of connection, grows weary. Not because it's weak, but because it has longed too long. The human spirit thrives when it feels needed, when it feels loved, when it feels heard. Without that, even a healthy body can feel heavy. And as we reflect deeper, we realize what tires us most is not walking too far or lifting too much, but holding in too much for too long. Guilt from the past, wounds that never healed, disappointments that were never allowed to be voiced. We kept them inside and walked on as if everything was fine, but the body remembers. And it carries it in silence. In old age, the body becomes a journal. It records everything. It holds every whisper we silenced. And with time, that journal opens page by page. That's why many elders find themselves crying more easily, feeling more sensitive, not because they've become weak, but because their soul is finally asking to be heard. But this is not the end of the story. This is the beginning of healing. Because now we have time, we have space. We can sit quietly, look within, and tell ourselves, it's okay now. I can let go. Fatigue is not an enemy. Fatigue is the body's gentle call saying, listen to me, notice me. I can't be ignored like before. And when you hear that call, don't resist it. Embrace your tiredness. Ask it, what do you want me to understand? And often the answer is not about needing more sleep, but needing more peace. Peace with reality, with how time changes everything, with how we can't force life to remain the same, just because it once made us feel secure. Aging is the art of letting go of ambition, of expectations, even of the identities that once made us feel important. And that's not easy. Sometimes that's why we're really tired. We are fighting to hold on to things that life is asking us to release. But when we begin to accept, when we stop resisting, something beautiful begins to grow. The fatigue transforms into calmness, the emptiness turns into spaciousness, and life, once heavy, feels light. Even if our bodies aren't as strong as they used to be, Sometimes the secret to more energy isn't adding more, but carrying less. Start with the simple things. Good sleep, nourishing food, but also warm conversations, honest laughter, a hug from a grandchild, a prayer whispered from a peaceful heart. Because true energy doesn't just come from calories, it comes from love. Love lifts us. Love gives us reasons to live longer, not to conquer the world, but to see the smiles of those we cherish. One more time. And don't forget, meaning is the most powerful source of energy. When we know why we live, we can go farther, even in an aging body. Find things that make you feel useful. Maybe it's listening to your grandchild's story, or making tea for your spouse, or sweeping the yard while waving to a neighbour. Small things, but filled with meaning, because you are never too old to make a difference, never too tired to love life again. And if there are days when your body feels overwhelmingly heavy, sit for a while, close your eyes, take a deep breath, and remember, you've been through a lot. You've come this far. You deserve rest without guilt. Sometimes fatigue is the body's way of saying, I'm proud of you, but now let me rest. So hold yourself gently, forgive yourself, honour your body, and remember, you are not alone. There are countless souls walking through the later years of life, also feeling tired, but they keep going, because deep within them there's a quiet light still whispering, I'm still here, I'm still breathing, I'm still alive, and so I will still be grateful. And maybe that's the most beautiful way to grow old. Thank you for staying with me until the end of this video. If this message resonates with you, share it with someone you love, because sometimes one word can be a light on a dark day. See you in the next video. Stay peaceful. Stay alive with a heart that's light, because every age is a gift.